of the Brothers Grimm, Kassel shines with the wealth of the Hessian landgraves and electors who gave the city two of Europe's greatest gardens. In the west is the Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sprinkled on a hillside are romantic ruins, a neoclassical palace with a gallery of old masters, magical water features and an 18th century statue of Hercules that has become the postcard image of the city. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Kassel so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe. A UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2013, the Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe is the largest hillside park in Europe, covering 240 hectares on Karlsberg. At the end of the 17th century there was a French formal garden in front of Schloss Wilhelmshöhe. Over the next 150 years this was reworked in the English style and embellished with imaginative monuments in line with the Romantic ideals. Many are included in this list as their attractions in their own right. At number 9 is the Schloss Wilhelmshöhe. The neoclassical palace on the east side of the park was constructed at the end of the 18th century for Landgrave William IX of Hesse and was a favorite summer retreat of Germany's last emperor Kaiser Wilhelm II between 1888 and 1918. It now holds a collection of antiquities and the Gemälde Galerie Altimeister, painting gallery of the old masters. The latter has a jaw-dropping array of paintings by Rembrandt, Rubens, Albrecht Dürer, Lucas Cranach the Elder, Poussin, Titian, Van Dyck, Jacob Jordaens, Frans Hals, Jan Bruegel the Elder and Caravaggio. At number 8, Wasserspiele. One of the most photogenic sights in the Bergpark is the 250-meter water cascade on the alley from the summit of Karlsberg. This springs to life every Wednesday and Sunday at 14:30 from May to October. The mechanisms used are the same as in the days of the Margraves and Electors. The show continues at a waterfall beneath the Teufelsbruck, Devil's Bridge, and another stunning waterfall that flows from what looks like the ruins of a Roman aqueduct. The display is brought to a dramatic conclusion at the artificial pond close to Schloss Wilhelmshöhe, where at 15:45 a.m. fountain shoots a water jet more than 50 meters into the air. At number 7, Hercules Monument. The summit of the Karlsberg at the northernmost point of the park is topped with a statue of Hercules that has been here since 1717. The monument was carved across 16 years by the Italian sculptor Giovanni Francesco Guarnero. It can be a bit of a challenge, but after conquering the 200 steps to the summit of the hill you'll be treated to a sensational view of Kassel, right down the cascade, along the alley which continues through the city in a straight line beyond Schloss Wilhelmshöhe. Hercules stands on a pyramid, which in turn sits on top of an octagon. At number 6 in our list, Löwenburg. One of the sites in Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe is what looks like a medieval castle in ruins. Löwenburg was built between 1793 and 1801 in a Scottish style. It was inspired by the Scottish Ossian cycle of epic poems, which was all the rage in the Romantic period. Löwenburg was ordered by Landgrave William I of Hesse-Kassel and as a pleasure palace was adorned with the richest finery of the day. There's still a splendid collection of painting, tapestry, furniture, glassware, bronze, armor, ceremonial weapons, as well as medieval stained glass. At number 5, Karlsaue. On the easternmost point of the Wilhelmshöhe Allee is another noble park, this one laid out for Charles I, Landgrave of Hesse-Kassel at the beginning of the 18th century. Being earlier than Bergpark Wilhelmshöhe, the Karlsaue has a formal design. The pond, Teach, has a symmetrical shape and the canals and central alley all converge at a spacious lawn in the north, in front of Charles's palace, the Orangerie. A real highlight is the Siebenbergen Island, in the Teach at the southernmost point of the park. At number 4, Orangerie. Charles's Palace in the Karlsaue was intended as both a summer escape and somewhere to winter as collection of Mediterranean plants. Atop the balustrade and the roof of the palace's avant-cour are classical-style statues of figures from ancient mythology from the middle of the 18th century. The central building holds the Astronomische Physikalisches Cabinet, a trove of clocks, microscopes, astronomical instruments, adding machines and navigational instruments dating from the end of the 16th century to 1900. At number 3 in our list, Documenta. You can't have a list about Kassel without mentioning this internationally renowned contemporary art show, often described as the Museum of 100 Days. The show takes place once every 5 years, which means that the next edition won't take place until 2022. As a way of making up for the culturally barren years under National Socialism, Documenta was founded when Kassel hosted the Bundesgartenschau, Federal Garden Show, in 1955. The most recent show, Documenta 14, had contributions by performance artists like Katalin Waddick and Tracy Rose, environmental artist Bonita Ely, and installation artist Hans Haka. At number 2, Fridericianum. After selling Hessian soldiers to the British during the American Revolutionary War, Frederick II, Landgrave of Hesse-Kassel, used the proceeds to build the first public museum building on the European continent. This neoclassical palace contained the art and scientific instruments that have since been moved to Schloss Wilhelmshöhe and the Orangerie. After 1913, the Fridericianum became the state library and was heavily damaged during air raids in 1941 and 1943. It was resurrected as an art space by Documenta in 1955, and since 1988 has started holding temporary exhibitions in between each edition. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Grimmwelt Kassel. Almost everyone has heard of the Brothers Grimm and knows fairy tales like The Frog Prince, Hansel and Gretel, and Cinderella off by heart. But what fewer people know is that Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm were also noteworthy academics in lexicography and linguistics, and helped to found the field of German language studies. In the Erlebnisraum Grimmwelt, multimedia displays and interactive exhibits throw you into the world of their fairy tales, but you can also find out about their contributions to the German language and attempts to write the first German dictionary. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Kassel? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.